February 15th, 2004, it was WWE No Way Out. An historic match took place at a place called the Cow Palace over in San Francisco. At that time, it was WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, and he took on Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero, the late great Eddie Guerrero. And I still remember ordering the pay-per-view at home and watching it with my brother and with a few other friends. And at that time, I was really more focused on Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, because that seemed to be the match that everybody wanted to look at WrestleMania. This was kind of the build-up to it, so it kind of blends in with what took place. Eddie Guerrero and Brock Lesnar went at it for the WWE Championship. It was a packed house. Everybody was behind Eddie. Everybody wanted to see Latino Heat become champion. And at that time, it was like, it was amazing. You know, the crowd was over in San Francisco was completely amazing. They were behind Eddie. The match was so well done. Eddie did such a tremendous job in there. So tremendous that, you know, even though they're not going to talk about it, I got to mention it simply because I got to do the wrestling analysis, where Goldberg comes in and he interfered in the match while the referee was down, spears Brock Lesnar right down the ground, and then that was it. And Eddie Guerrero was down, Brock Lesnar was down, the referee's down. Eddie Guerrero tried everything in his power to, you know, try to win the match. Takes the championship belt, tries to nail Brock Lesnar, didn't work out, and then that's when I saw the F5 being put into place. And then as soon as he tried to hit the F5, Eddie Guerrero kind of, you know, he turned it around and put it into a DDT. So at that time when he put it together and, you know, made it into a DDT, it was, you know, all over from there. So the next thing that happened, Eddie Guerrero would go ahead and he would jump off the top rope. He would climb on the top rope, to be exact, and goes ahead. And as soon as, you know, he comes up, that crowd was just so behind Eddie. I could still hear that crowd going nuts over there. Did the frog splash right on top of Brock Lesnar. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Guerrero, for the first time in his career, would become the WWE Champion. And you know, that was something that I have never forgotten. Never. You know, I still remember when I watched that match, when I saw that entire pay-per-view, I did cry. You know, I admit, because, you know, I've been such a long-time wrestling fan. I've digged this business for a long, long time, that the moment I saw Eddie Guerrero become champion, when he beat Brock Lesnar, that was a moment in time where you say, that's it. That's the moment. That's the moment that every fan is going to like, and they're going to remember it forever. Eddie Guerrero didn't just represent Texas, he represented Latinos everywhere. He represented Mexico, he represented California, he represented Texas, he represented, you know, everything of that culture, everything of that nature. He didn't just represent El Paso, Texas. He represented Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Austin, Texas, even here in Corpus Christi, Texas. Everybody went nuts when Eddie Guerrero became champion. And ever since then, you know, Eddie Guerrero went off and he did well for himself as champion. I wish he was champion a little bit while longer, and I wish, you know, if things didn't have to happen the night that he died, who knows how far Eddie Guerrero would have gone. And if Eddie Guerrero was alive today, I bet he would be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And I would love to see him go after guys like Daniel Bryan, or maybe an AJ Styles. How about CM Punk, or even Antonio Cesaro? But the one match that I would love to see, if he was alive today, imagine this, if you will. WrestleMania 30, it's here, it's upon us, right? Imagine this dream matchup. Some people will agree upon it, Others will not. Eddie Guerrero versus Alberto Del Rio for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That would be truly an historic main event match for the ages. And it would be an honor, especially for Alberto Del Rio, to take on Eddie Guerrero on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, if that ever happened. One thing's for certain, February 15th, 2004 will always be the night that we remember that Eddie Guerrero became WWE Champion for the first time in his career. And I still remember the last few words that Michael Cole said at that pay-per-view was, Eddie Guerrero will no longer be called Addict. Tonight, Eddie Guerrero will simply be known as WWE Champion. Good for you, Eddie. Viva la raza. R.I.P. Latino.